My name is Brittany McNeely, and this is my diversity group on the deaf community. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? See, this is a type of language barrier the deaf community has to go through. Communication with the deaf community can present challenges like misconceptions about their culture and needs, which can block effective communication. In this speech, I will go over the struggles of using visual aids, how things can get awkward and lead to isolation, and the ways to bridging the language barrier. Firstly, let's talk about the cultural history and background. So, according to the CSD website, long ago in ancient Egypt, they were already using sign language to talk to the deaf, which honestly seems really cool. And then also from the CSD website, in the 18th and 19th centuries, they started building schools for the deaf community. Now, if you fast forward to today's era, the Forbes website says there are over 70 million hard of hearing people worldwide. Now, the deaf community has cultural values that they're very into, like their language, how they act, their traditions, and what they value. Now, when it comes to stereotypes, some people might not even realize they're doing it, but they are, and a lot of, or most of the deaf community does not like it. Some of the good things that most of the deaf can read lips, but not everyone. You can't just assume that. So keep that in mind. The negatives are yelling louder, which doesn't really help them understand. Just because you're talking louder, they still can't hear. So there's a bunch of stuff people might not know about the deaf community. So on a personal note, my experience with the deaf community is that my sorority, Delta Zeta, is all about reaching out to people who are hard of hearing. We raise money for our philanthropy, and that money goes toward hearing aids to help those who want to be able to hear if they wanted. Now, if they don't want any of that, we do offer classes that use sign language for those who want to learn. So we do have options for, if you don't want a hearing aid, you can also do sign language, or you can do both, which is honestly pretty awesome. Furthermore, here's what I know about a workplace communication. So, workplace communication can be pretty tough at work because not everyone knows sign language, so it's a challenge for both bosses and employees to get their point across. Let's say I'm the boss. I need to be crystal clear with communication, like never turning my back when talking or when they're talking or signing, and paying full attention to anything that they're saying. When we're coworkers working side by side, communication is clear. Like it's the key. Both spoken and unspoken signals like facial displays and vocalics are crucial to understanding each other. I picked up some interpersonal strategies and skills from the Hearing Dogs for Deaf People website. The recommended things like facing the speaker, speaking slowly and clearly, and using writing to bridge communications. This is especially important during team building activities, where compromises and accommodations become necessary. So if someone is hard of hearing, they may teach a bit of ASL or share unique ways of doing things with their coworkers. And then as they're doing that, their coworkers could also show inclusivity with them so that they're not just like awkward and alone. And then also to help, their coworkers could minimize background noise because background noise does irritate them. This reminds me of the time that I worked with a guy who was deaf. He helped bus tables and he took out the trash for us, but every now and then he would help in the kitchen. But it was actually dangerous for him to do that because there were always hot tools, and the way we tell each other that there's hot tools going around the corner or just around the area so that nobody like goes toward that area, we communicate with each other. With him not being able to hear, it was kind of hard, and we would have to like wave our hands and be like, hey, or like just somehow get his attention and show him that there are hot tools around. Lastly, I'd like to go back and share some key highlights. Okay, so the cultural history and background discuss the historical use of American Sign Language and population, as well as its values. The workplace communication emphasizes the need for clear communication with inclusivity. The personal experience throughout has shown how I've worked with a deaf colleague and how I've helped alongside my sorority with the deaf community. And this concludes my speech. Thank you.